Hey, this is Jinzuro here, and welcome back to Truberbrook. So, just got our stuff stolen, our report that he was working on, and now we have to find our way up this mountain. Let's go ahead and talk with her.
Hey, what's that look on your face, Professor?
I met a woman named Gretchen in Truberbrook. She is a fellow scientist. Gretchen studied anthropology in Vienna.
Could you please focus on the task at hand?
Oh yeah, just in case not anyone knows, there is an issue with the cursor flickering when you play this game, but that's only if you have a controller installed. So if you're having that issue, just unplug your controller and play the game. If you only play with a keyboard and mouse, you won't have to worry about this at all.
Hi.
Hey.
About the cable car. Question, what was it again that we needed that key for?
We need the master key to get the cable car running in the first place. Why don't you take a look around town? Anything else I can help you with?
Yes, I was just about to ask. About the cable car. What was the problem with the power line again?
We have to fix the high voltage power cord in order to get the cable car running. If you touch it, it will fry your synapses. We still have to reconnect the loose ends somehow. Anything else I can help you with?
Yes, I was just about to ask. About the cable car. And you really want to go up there?
Why, are you afraid? Whatever we find over there could be of great importance to the Institute of Anthropology. Come on already! And that cable car looks sturdy enough, doesn't it?
Okay, I'll try to come up with something.
Anything else I can help you with?
Or the other topics that
Yes, I
she
was
had.
just about to ask. I wonder what interest the burglar has in my paper.
Presumably not the brightest candle on the cake. Who else would steal a paper on quantum physics?
So, how long have you been here?
The day before yesterday. Feels much longer though. And just saying, the public transportation around here? Germany is a mess.
Why Truberbrook of all places? It's hard to find, even on a map. But I'm not from these parts after all.
I've been trying to pinpoint the exact location of those ritual grounds for a while now. And when I finally found them, I immediately took off. The people around here are nice, but also a little weird, don't you think?
Something about them seems a bit off, yeah.
Tell me about yourself.
What would you like to know?
So you're from the States, huh?
The United States of America.
Where from exactly?
Woodinville, Washington.
Never heard of it. Any bigger cities nearby that I might know?
Seattle, the rainy jewel of the Northwest. Heard of it?
Oh yes, I know the place. I was passing through some time ago.
You've been to the States?
Yes, once. That was a few years back though. Actually, I had come to New York to attend a conference. But then I got acquainted with some folks there and stayed a while longer.
A while longer. In New York City?
Not the whole time, no. Took a little road trip. First off to the New England states, Boston, Waterville, all the way up to Moosehead Lake, Mount Catherine and so on. Then Canada and the Midwest. Montreal, Toronto, Detroit, Chicago. On and on. Then Washington State. Sort of got stuck there. Oregon, down to San Francisco. Ah, those were the days.
Wow. You must have passed through Seattle on the way then.
Yes, maybe. And that's where you study?
No, I studied on the East Coast, the Cornell, Ithaca, under Dr. Schrodinger. Have you heard of him?
Ah, of course. Now I understand why you're on exchange in Germany.
Exchange? No, it's more of a coincidence. I won the trip.
You won?
Don't ask me. I've never taken part in any lottery.
Interesting. Uh-huh. So.
Alright, so let's investigate some of this other stuff here.
The local gondola lift's hauling cables seem to be intact, although there aren't any gondolas or mining carts attached to it. A smell of oil and soil lingers in the air. You can see all over the valley. From this distance, I can only imagine what's on the other shore. The platform further uptown presents a wonderful view of the valley. Leaning on this rusty rail, nose to the wind, I can let my gaze wander freely to the other shore and across the mountains. These binoculars should provide an excellent view of the opposite lakeshore. I have to insert a coin first.
High voltage. There's got to be a way we can fix this.
It's a well-known fact that weasels have a dangerously loving affection towards all sorts of cables. The present case suggests a rather impressive specimen, judging by the thickness of the cable. Last resort, self-termination. I wonder what that is. Locked. This old generator is running at maximum strength. It's even sending out sparks. Judging by the smell, this was used to transport cookies and lollipops.
You gotta have a good nose to pinpoint that out.
I noticed a figure on one of the rocks, a hexagon. I can only speculate on its purpose. Time waits for no man, not even in Truberbrook. I discovered a modern telecommunication system further uptown. This might be important to anybody wondering if the world is still turning at the end of the line. Hello? Anybody there? What was that?
Alright, so we can go ahead and go down to town. Get the materials we need to fix this stuff up here.
This table, it has a wobble. Everything's going down the drain around here.
Good morning.
Excuse me, sir.
You've got yourself a nice spot here.
It's heartbreaking to see the town in decline like this. Everything's going down the drain, just like this wobbly table.
Good morning.
Excuse me, sir.
Are you all right?
Please don't ask. I can't even savor my cognac as long as this terrible table keeps on wobbling.
Good morning.
Excuse me, sir.
I've been wondering about that cable car.
I don't want to think about the old cable car. This wobbling table is simply unbearable. It's driving me crazy.
Yeah, so he's not going to answer anything till you take care of his table.
Actually, it's quite a nice table.
Be careful. The table is wobbling terribly. You better keep your distance. This table has a horrible wobble.
Now, the first time I played this with Lady C, this particular area right here kind of threw me off when I got to the first chapter because this area was kind of blocked off with a curtain of sorts. But now that it's opened up, we have this girl over here.
Now where would this lead to? Locked. Science fiction. Something involving spaceships.
Please don't stand there.
Excuse me, didn't mean to. What's that you're watching?
Never seen a TV before?
Coming up next, a new episode of Rocket Ship Andromeda.
Have you been living under a rock? With a TV set, you can take journeys to other worlds. Now that I think of it, I have never seen you here before. Are you from another world as well?
Depends on how you look at it. My name is Hans. I just arrived from Berlin.
Hey Hans, I'm Leni. My mom owns the place.
70,000 light years from home, the rocket ship has stranded in star system Omega 3.
Is Berlin also in star system Omega 3?
Berlin is located right in the middle of Brandenburg, so it is worlds apart.
Brandenburg? Never heard of it.
Star Cybernetition Commander Aurora is searching for a way back home.
And what do you do for a living? Are you a famous cybernetician too?
I'm a quantum physicist.
Quantum what? Anyways, I'm going to be a star cybernetician.
Only Commander Aurora can disintegrate the even Rolands into thin air with her space beams.
So, do you Berlinalians have any special powers? Can you make things disappear?
If you're referring to my bank deposit.
You're saying a lot of silly things.
Stay tuned, folks. We will be right back after a few consumer-oriented product endorsements.
My uncle knew how to make things disappear as well. I also know where, but I mustn't tell anyone on Earth.
So, what do I have to do to make you tell me?
There's only one thing I can think of. Can you prove you're not an Earthling?
I'll think of something. She seems very focused. Look, this is the star log I'm using to stay in contact with my home planet. Just met human child Lenny, keeper of a cosmic secret.
Awesome. Is this a star log for real? May I please?
My pleasure.
This is Leni of planet Earth speaking. My uncle had a secret stash hidden under a loose plank in room 3.
Room 3? That happens to be my room.
Room 3 used to be where my uncle Heinz lived.
And where is your uncle now?
My mom says he is now living on planet No Good.
He's a deadbeat.
There's something funny about that clock. A dim oil painting showing a couple of withering roses in a vase. Some of the varnish is starting to come off. How poetic. Is that a maggot? It's having a good time. They serve traditionally hearty local meals in this place. Apparently a few maggots found themselves a lovely home in there. I'll save you, my little friend. Modern cuisine. A lump of minced meat in the shape of a hedgehog, garnished with spike-resembling breadsticks. Toast Hawaii. Cheese skewers. Looks a bit shabby. Note to self, the buffet in this guest house is an obvious case for the public health department. I don't want to take this with me. If anywhere, it belongs in the trash. But I love cheese skewers. This can must have fallen off the table.
Oh no, we've done that. We'll go ahead and talk to her.
She's the landlady here.
Precisely.
Good morning.
Morning, Mr. Tannhauser.
I'd like to report a theft. There was an uninvited guest in my room last night.
In our house? Oh dear, I'm so very sorry. Let me call the police immediately.
Thanks.
I will keep you informed.
This establishment you call your own has quite the charm.
A family business for more than 75 years. Actually, I took over the guest house together with my brother. But now it's just me and my little daughter.
Being the only guest, I was wondering, how's the season going so far?
Season? We haven't had one in ages.
Your daughter really likes watching TV, huh?
You see, the kid is always in front of the box. She's got her mind set on extraterrestrials and alien worlds. Nonsense, don't you think?
So what happened to your brother?
The only interest that scoundrel had was in his bottles. In the end, that good-for-nothing took a half too much of his Bolzenschuss and just made off.
That door over there hasn't been opened in a while, has it?
That's the door to the cellar, where my brother built his little lair. No one has taken any interest in that door since he left. He just took the key with him. Anything else I can do for you?
Can you tell me something about the old cable car?
The cable car leads up to the old mine. It used to belong to the Baron von Sülz. Then this company from overseas forced him to sell it.
Who exactly is this Baron von Sülz?
Baron von Sülz used to run the mine, a philanthropist and patron of the arts. His wife was a flamboyant Baroness von Sülz. You must have heard of her. Anyway, when the company took over the mine, the Baroness dropped him as well and left the Baron behind. A broken man. Now his cat is his only remaining pleasure.
What were they mining for? Do you know?
An old silver mine. So nothing an quantum physicist would be interested in. It's been a few years, back in the days, when there was enough work for everyone. Then this company took over the mine, only to shut it down immediately.
So why did they shut down the mine?
There is talk and rumors all over the town. Allegedly, people started disappearing without a trace. Tourists, poor laborers without families, the odd stranger. Some folks were also talking about toxic residues in the air and the water. But nobody knows anything with certainty. If you ask me, I'm just glad the whole affair has come to an end. All those rumors have kept spa guests away for years, as you can see for yourself.
What about this mysterious company you were talking of?
They are called Millennium Cooperative or something like that. A very dubious corporation. They have connections to the top, if you know what I mean. Way up to the highest circles of power.
What became of the people working the mine?
More and more outsiders came to town. Nobody knows what they were actually doing in the mines. Some went missing, some went crazy. Who can tell? At one point, they even bought the old sanitarium in order to provide housing for their workers. That was before the mine shut down, of course.
I've heard enough. Thank you.
Anything else I can do for you?
Truda, would you pour me one of your Pilsner beers, please?
Just a second, Professor. Here, a coaster. There you go. Cheers!
The first time it kind of threw me off. I had to step out of view to see the beer.
Now look at all these fishing rods. Quite the collection.
You can borrow one if you like, but only in exchange for a pawn. They have a tendency to get lost otherwise.
Pawn? You mean deposit? Would this be an adequate deposit for the fishing rod?
I'm afraid not. It should be something that attracts attention but has no real importance. Something you can do without while you are on fishing tour.
That's right. It's something else that's upstairs.
Before you even know, the world lies in ruins. I hope this isn't a bad omen. There's something lying on the floor. It's a massage rod. Somebody must have misplaced it. This muddle of spots and drips is probably telling more about the room's many previous occupants than I'd wish to know. Huh. There really is a hidden stash below. Loads of useless junk, and an almost empty bottle of schnapps. I'll only take the schnapps. Bolts and shoes. The weather has brightened up. Fresh air is still the preferable way to dry your laundry.
Alright, I think that was all I needed for this room. So let's go ahead and leave.
Oh, thanks. For me?
Does this device suffice as a deposit in exchange for the fishing rod?
Yes. Feel free to leave it here.
Yes, that sounds like a good deal.
She will definitely make use of that.
Just be sure to bring it back, will you?
Our day's work. Need to relax somehow. Alright, we can take care of his table.
What's this? The table stopped wobbling? Oh, thank you so very much. I was hardly able to focus on anything else but this cursed wobblery.
Good morning.
Excuse me, sir?
Are you feeling any better now that the table isn't wobbling anymore?
Thank you for asking. But joy? What does it even mean? My life lost most of its joy since Klaus disappeared.
Who is Claus?
Klaus is my tomcat, an angel of an animal. He was the only one to always remain by my side. But now, he's vanished, without a trace. Everything in this world is going down the drain. Mark my words.
Maybe he just went for a stroll.
I don't know. Klaus was always faithful and stood by my side. Then he just disappeared, without a trace. You can't rely on anything in this world anymore. Let me tell you. It's just awful.
Any news about Claus?
Nothing.
Yeah, so he's not gonna say anything else without getting his
Please
cat
excuse me.
back. And his cat is the one that looks like a fox. Which I noticed there is a picture of him right here, so I'm guessing that's a missing
Small
cat.
ads, postings, announcements. They're holding a town fair tonight with a band and a raffle. Exciting.
Guess that's the same thing I read before. Gonna deal with the issue of his cat. There he is. Oh wait, no. Something else is missing. I think it was over here.
That's some sturdy, full-grown reed.
Nope, only one. I'm missing one more item. Is to get his fox-looking cat up here. I believe I'll need to go back.
Hilarious the Unready, Margrave of Truberbrook. Conqueror of the Dragon, Savior of Truberbrook, yep. In the year of our Lord, 1250.
Okay, go back over here because I do believe it was a type of cloth. It might be in the inn. Okay, I think it might be been in my room. Ah, that's right.
At least it seems the burglar didn't rummage through the cabinet. Just a hanger.
Well, I did need that hanger. It's not what else I was missing.
I don't want to mess up the crime scene. The antenna provides TV reception for the guest house.
Ah, there it is. That's what I needed. Alright, now we can go back to where the cat is. We want to make sure that when we knock this guy down, he doesn't meet an untimely death.
Soft as a feather. Oh my. It looks desperate. It won't be this easy getting close to it. Oh my. It looks desperate.
Alright, so now I gotta chase this guy down.
The cat doesn't seem to like humans. It would tear me to pieces. You like this, don't you?
Fortunately, he did not run back to his owner.
Nowhere to run from here, kitty. Oh, I think he passed out.
The first time I saw this, I literally thought he was dead.
Now I've got you.
I was going to be returning his cat and an obituary. Here's your fox cat.
Is this by chance your cat, Claus?
Oh, my beloved Claus. Where have you been? You look exhausted, old friend.
And now we can
Good
talk to
morning.
him properly.
Excuse me, sir.
Could you tell me something about the cable car in this town?
Don't bring up the old cable car. I don't even want to think about it.
So what's with the cable car?
I used to own the cable car. In fact, the whole mine. Everything was taken away from me. Those maniacs destroyed everything. The cable car, the mine, the whole village.
Please, go on.
More and more outsiders came to town. What they were actually up to in the mine, no one knows for certain. But after a few years of quick profits, they shut down the place and closed the cable car all together in one go. Just think of it. This was my life's work. They closed down the mines, drove away the people, and turned a once flourishing community into a ghost town.
Who are these maniacs you're referring to?
The Millennium Cooperative, a multinational conglomerate of enterprises. Ruthless and unscrupulous. They leave us little family businesses with next to nothing.
You ran a mining business?
Well, but yes. I am the Baron von Zölz, entrepreneur and mining engineer in the third generation, district mayor of Truberbrook Zölz and Truberbrook Düssel, assistant secretary to the municipal council, patron of Truberbrook and the arts, well known beyond the borders of this country.
What do you mean they destroyed everything?
First, they stripped me of the mine. Then, more and more dubious eggheads and foreign workers started pouring into town, driving visitors away with their gigantic machines.
These must have been difficult times for you.
I appreciate your concern.
Would you mind lending me the key to the old cable car?
You've been so kind to me today. You have reunited an old man with his loyal cat. I'd have given you everything. My heritage, my stocks, my startups. Yet all you desire in your modesty is this aged key. Here you are. I can't fathom what you may want with it, but please take it.
I'm like, we can still talk about that other stuff. Alright, the final thing we need to get is for us not to get electrocuted.
Looks like it was struck by lightning the other night. Still looks in good condition, though.
I'm missing something else. Need to remember what I'm missing. Missing one more item. It's supposed to take care of, Well, let me go back up real quick. Maybe it's, trying to remember off the top of my head. It might be where the, cat was.
It's glowing red. It seems you need a special key to get the thing running.
Indeed, mastermind. Did you already ask around town? Maybe someone there has it.
Now it's glowing green.
Are you okay? Do you have brain damage?
Okay, so I need to figure out, I'm missing one more item. I need to go find it. It's to help me get the suit of armor. So I'm gonna check back where I found the cat. Or, yeah. I'm gonna check back where I found the cat. Ah, that's right. I remember. I was supposed to fish at the pond over here. Or actually, this would be more of a lake. Yeah, this would be more lake.
Well then, good catch.
And I remember why I had the worm. Now that we've broken the fishing rod.
What the? Can opener?
Can't retrieve this. And now we can deal with the suit of armor. And only the best way to use a can opener.
Now it's a case for the metal restorer. I professionally disassembled this town's landmark, an old set of armor, in a fit of passion. Note to self, make another appointment with the clinical psychologist.
Alright. Let's take care of business. I still felt he could have just used the gloves instead of the full suit of armor.
Voila. There's a current again. Now that the cable car is fixed, I need something to replace the missing gondolas.
I'll just leave it like that.
Yeah, let's leave the scene of the crime quickly. It's good they don't have cameras.
Hi.
Hey,
About the cable car.
Okay, so nothing else to
And
talk
you
about.
really
We've
want
already
to go
solved
up there?
everything we need
why
to
are you
solve,
afraid? What?
except
Gretchen, what-
for...
I'm an anthropologist. I am conducting research on an ancient Proto-Germanic culture that is believed to have settled right here in this area. That was some 2,000 years ago, though.
Alright, that's about it for there.
Okay, I'll try to come up with something.
Anything else I can help you with?
No thanks. Well then.
Alright, so
Bye.
since there are no
See you
gondolas,
soon.
we're going to use the best method to get to the other side.
I'm sure this will take us up the mountain.
You're a funny man, Tannhauser. I like it.
I thought it was a joke as well, and then the truth.
Man, you're some klutz. We'll meet on top. In case you manage to find a way. See ya.
That's how you respond to certain death. Chapter 2, Paradiso.
Hello? Hello? Fascinating.
Neck circumference 39 centimeters. Heart rate 66 steady. Generally neglected, yet overall stable condition. Vigilance decrement, patient somnolent. Reduced effect display. Skin pigmentation livid. Hyperreflexia, mood agitated. Patient's condition unclear.
Where am I?
Patient has regained consciousness and appears responsive.
Excuse me, please. Could you tell me where I am?
Patient's orientation to person, space, time, and dimension remains unclear. I have to ask you a couple of questions. How are you feeling?
Ouch.
Who are you?
My name is Hans.
What are you doing here?
The original idea was to go on vacation.
Assuming you knew, where have you been born or assembled?
Yeah, assembled. that would be questionable there.
I'm not from here. I come from far away.
Have you ever had a déjà vu?
Only that I don't even understand this question either.
Have you ever had an out-of-body experience?
You are going to have an out-of-body experience in a moment, pal.
Interesting. Please remain prepared for further examinations.
Are you even listening to me?
I'm afraid we can't let you leave until we have verified your right to stay. It's for your own safety. Just knock the door loud and clearly when you feel able to undergo a few more experiments. I'll be there to pick you up. The patient's status remains unclear.
The way this guy
I'm
walks.
feeling a little dizzy.
Dr. Remmler, please behave.
They took away all my cool gadgets and locked me up in this small room. I tried protesting, but to no avail. What have I gotten myself into? It definitely doesn't feel like a relaxing summer vacation so far.
Alright, so we're going to leave this here, and when we get back, we're going to find out what's going on with this crazy doctor here. Till then.